Well, having your own business is often very rewarding for entrepreneurs, but leasing this space for your business, you know what? If you're not experienced at it, can be a little bit tricky. AndreaDavis, she is a CEO and designated broker who has written a very helpful book called Simplicity to help arm business owners with some very important information so you can be knowledgeable when it comes to leasing that space. Or you can just call Andrea and she'll do it for you. That's the best part. Done. Easy.
There you have it.
Right. Because you know what? We don't know what we don't know, and that's the problem, right?
That's the whole point.
So what you've been doing this for 20 years, you told me.
have.
Now, what made you decide to write a book about it?
Well, I have heard so many horror stories from clients. They say things like, you know, I signed a lease and it's more than I should have. It's more above market rate. And I was like, just the things they get themselves into. I said, I've got to write a book so that they understand how complicated it is to sign a lease and how they can go about it in 11 easy steps.
Oh, okay, that's really good to know, because you know what, this is something that we don't often find ourselves doing, right? So times change, right? And it's an important part of our business marketing plan. So what is the first thing that you do in order to help us find the perfect space?
Well, I sit down and find out what your parameters are, what type of location, what size you want, what is your business plan, what is your exit strategy, and then we devise a plan that finds you the best, perfect space for you to lease.
So give me an example, because I know location is what is important to a lot of people. So what are some of the things that you take into consideration for me as helping me do this process?
Well, how long have you been in business? Is your business growing? Is your business stabilized? That determines how long the lease is that we're going to sign. That also goes into what type of incentives we can negotiate for you. So,
well, things that some of us don't always necessarily think about. I mean, we're all excited about maybe getting our own space, but you even mentioned like parking, you know, is something that, I mean, I wouldn't think about that.
Right. How much parking do your clients need, or how many spaces do you need for your employees, or do you want signage on the building? Do you need visibility for your signage?
Right. When somebody picks up your book, will they and not able to contact you directly, will they be able to be armed with the information so that they can go and negotiate their own lease?
Well, I think the word you used, armed, was perfect. They certainly will have all the information to understand what it is to sign a lease and how to get there and how to negotiate, hopefully, the best deal possible. But really what the book says is, you need to hire a professional. You need to hire some tenant representation to help you find that best, perfect space for you and negotiate the best deal within market conditions.
And again, it's those things that you just don't think about. You were telling me about you did negotiation for a physician. And what did you put in that lease? What clause did you put in that lease?
Well, he was getting a little bit older and he wanted to make sure that if something happened, that his wife didn't have to carry on and honor that lease. So we put in a death and disability clause. So a lot about the lease is not what's written in it, it's more about what's not put in it.
Oh, so, and of course they're not going to tell you that, right?
No, of course not.
The landlord's not going to tell you that.
Of course not.
How do you get paid?
Well, I get paid from the landlord.
So I don't have to pay you if you're out negotiating for me?
That's correct.
Well, it's just getting better.
I know, but it's really ironic, isn't it, that it's the landlord that puts the deal together and that I'm paying the landlord, but the landlord pays for my service.
Right, because that money, is you said, is already built in somehow, so
yeah,
somebody's going to get it.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, really good information. You know, that's the last thing you want to do. You work hard to build your business. You don't want to get burned on a lease. So thank you very much, Andrea. She can do all the heavy lifting for you. How about that?
Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome. This is for the first 50 callers who call in. She brought along a special offer. Register on her website, and guess what? She's going to send you a copy of her book. And here's how you do that. You just visit the website. It's right there. It's AndreaDavis, and there's an acronym there, AndreaDavis, CRE.com.